Vikram, any of our faculties are joining?
No, sir. Students are joining, sir, and from
Only
Bangalore.
students, no? Yeah,
From
Bangalore, yes, Bangalore they will join.
yeah,
Yesterday
from
we had a
Bangalore,
meeting, they
Sai
will
Deepak
join.
sir is joining, sir, I think.
Yeah, Bangalore they will join. Yes. MPP theory and practice. Correct. No, just you start the review process. I'll join you at 1 o'clock after this. Yes. You want to start at 11 or you want to give them time?
Sir, still people are joining, sir.
Okay. So give them time.
Yes, sir. 2-3 minutes will give, sir.
No problem. Give them time.
Yes,
Time.
sir.
Yeah. What are the three books which we have done? Shaolin, Psychology of Money, Mindset. Okay. Which is that book which you said? Shaolin, The Way Forward. The Shaolin, How to Win Without Fighting.
Good morning, all the participants. I welcome you all to the master class, and we are going to start in 2 minutes. So we are waiting some more people to join, and the resource person, Dr. Sarit Kumar sir, is already there with us. Thank you for your patience. Within 2 minutes, we are going to start.
Okay.
A very good all the respected participants.
I think Vikram, you have to ask them to mute.
Yes, I'm doing. Sir, my voice is audible to everyone. I hope my voice
Yeah,
is.
your voice is very much audible. Yes.
You are loud and clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the distinguished guest of the masterclass, Dr. Professor Sarit Kumar sir. Professor Dr. Sarit Kumar sir is an IIT IIM alumnus and an internationally acclaimed academic leader and consultant specializing in fusion-based learning models and industry academy integration. With a strong foundation from IIM Calcutta and IIM Bangalore, he has been instrumental in designing transformative education ecosystems aligned with future job markets, AI-driven skills, and corporate-ready competencies. He brings rich global exposure, having collaborated with prestigious institutions such as Imperial College London, University of Strathclyde, UK, Dublin Technological University, and several European and Asian universities. Sir's international academics bridges span across institutions in Israel, Italy, France, Australia, China, Singapore, and UK. Okay, my voice is not clear. Okay, just 1 second.
Okay. You are clear, sir.
I'm clear, sir. Okay.
You are
Yeah,
clear.
we can hear you.
Message. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Professor Sarit Kumar's core expertise includes development of fusion courses, integrated in technology, management and market dynamics, AI-enabled learning systems and digital transformation, corporate skill demand mapping and future workforce readiness, training and placement strategy, global academic partnerships and leadership mentoring. Before Sir's academic and consulting journey, Sir held distinguished leadership positions including former director, Consumer Business Unit, Xerox USA, former Group President, AV Birla Group, led vertical development and business transformation for ITC. Sarit sir, as a thought leader, he strongly advocates shifting from traditional learning models to application-driven, industry-ready education systems, integrating competencies, technology, and market intelligence for sustainable growth. Sarit sir, we are truly privileged to have such a visionary leader and a global strategist among us today. On behalf of IBMR Group of Institutions, all the participants of this masterclass, I extend warm welcome to Professor Dr. Sarit Kumar sir. So welcome, sir. Welcome to the address.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are the stakeholders able to hear me? Am I loud and clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
So all the stakeholders are able to hear me.
Yes,
Great. So as Vikram had been talking about it, so basically today's masterclass, students, I will be connecting you with what exactly, why are you doing your MBA? I'll start with that. And then I will go into Beyond MBA, which is the topic and in which we are going to deliberate on it for the next 45 minutes. Now, you have to understand, students and the other stakeholders, that MBAs of the 80s, MBAs of the 90s, and MBAs of the new millennium is totally different. When I did, as Vikram told, when I did my management, I think, please mute yourself, please. Please mute yourself. Participants, please mute yourself. If in case you have any questions, Vikram will allow you. You can ask me questions towards the end, or you can go to the chat and you can, put in the word. Ideal will be you put your questions on the chat. Okay, so great. So why MBA? The most important thing today, in today's era, we do MBA because we want a sort of a feeling process in the industry where you hit the glass ceiling very fast. When I say the glass ceiling, I mean that the top positions. Now, during our time when we did an MBA, it used to take roughly 15 to 20 years to become a VP. But we are becoming a VP these days in about 4 years. Now, how this fastness happens? This fastness happens because you have chosen the correct place, you have seen the curriculum, you have seen the the process of the angle of teaching process, which is very, very important. I would like to tell you that what exactly is the difference between all the center of excellence and the professional MBA schools, which is going on. You have a lot of MBA schools, but the most important thing which you have to see is that how they are teaching, in what fashion they are teaching. That is very, very important. And in today's era, the teaching has to be totally on a practical and application mode. Yes, theory is important, but theory is not the only thing. Because students, you have to understand one thing very clearly. The corporates are demanding practical and application. Now, when I say practical and application, every subject, every module that you are learning, you should put yourself into a space of how it is going to work in the industry. And when I'm talking about industry, you have to see how it works, how your knowledge processions is working on your manufacturing vertical, how it is matching on the service vertical, how it is working on the supply chain, and the technical courses, which is the era today, post-corona. This is the name, this is the game-changing thing which happened in management. That is, you are, I think, Vikram, you admit people because I'll not be able to admit from here. Okay. So it is coming to me that, and I'm getting a bit disturbed.
No, no, I'm
Okay,
taking care of it.
Okay, good. So what happens is, students, that we are now bringing in technology into our management system, and that is the fusion which Vikram was talking about. Most of the colleges, the topmost colleges, whether it is IITs, IIM, and the colleges which Vikram has told in the European space, Singapore space, and the Malaysian space, they have already converted the teaching process into techno management fusions. And for the last 1 year, the college which I am consulting, which is known to you, there also we have incorporated techno management fusions. Now this is the requirement of the era, and if students, you don't learn this, the interviews are going to happen on this space only. Let me be very clear with you. Interviews are not going to happen on the space which we had faced after your MBA. MBA degree is only getting you an entry point into an interview. How you talk on those 20 minutes during the interview, whichever is the organization which you have applied for, depends on what is your career. You have given 2 years of the process in your MBA. If the 2-year process of your MBA is only theory, you will be talking like a lame student. And I'm not telling you you will not get a job, but you might not get a job of the aspiration of what an MBA student has, which is roughly about maybe 80,000 to a lakh rupees per month, and that is the aspiration in the aspirated companies. There are 3 openings which is going on right now. One opening is a consulting company. When we say consulting company, we are talking about the big 4, basically Deloitte, KPMG. We are talking about PricewaterhouseCoopers and companies of this nature, maybe McKinsey and Bain and Company. These are the companies. These are come under consulting wing. There are companies on manufacturing processes, which is basically companies like, who produce goods. Like you have ITC, you have Hindalco, you have companies like, various manufacturing processes, food division, all these companies. There is a third link, which is services industry. Now, services industry are industries which is mainly into IT, and, an industry which is not manufacturing, but giving in a lot of coding and consulting, thinking process to you students. Now, you students, when you come for an interview after your MBA or during your MBA for your internship, should be very clear what is the requirement of these companies. Because whichever college is giving you this focus, that is the college which you should always opt for. And if you are not getting this focus 2 years down the line, let me tell you, the timing out period of a course is very fast these days. In IITs, we say that by the time you are in the 4th year, whatever you have learned in your 1st and 2nd year is already redundant. So that is the fastness of the technology which is changing these days. So students, be very careful when you are choosing the colleges. That is very important. Go through the curriculum, have a detailed overview of what they are teaching, how they are teaching, what is the background of that college, and in what fashion is the placement happening. What is an Indian national placement? What is an international placement? In what fashion, what verticals they are going to place you? Now, this is something which is very, very important when you are finishing your MBA and when you are joining an MBA. See, you have done your UG. UG is a must. Let me tell you, UG when you are doing, that is a must. But MBA is a choice. MBA, MCOM, MCA, any master degree is a choice. And why is that choice? Because you want to get placed at a very high position, at very fast level. And there has to be a difference between a UG and a PG. UG, you will understand all the basics, but PG, you will know how those basics are being used in the industry. That is how the whole teaching process happens. So when I come to the teaching process, I would like to tell you that your 2-year journey is very, very important. If you do this journey well, then definitely you will have a career of 30 years, spanning 30 years, which is going to be anything that you aspire, you can take it. You will get, you will have a big house, maybe on a lighter side, a big car, anything, a company which is of repute, you will join and they will take you. Now, please understand, Vikram, still there are a lot of inputs which is coming. It is disturbing me. Should I avoid it? You're taking care of it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am taking care, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because it is coming in my group. Okay, fine. So, sorry for the disturbance. So, let me tell you, when I say process, let us take how you learn MBA first. You have a first semester in MBA. The first semester basically takes you through on all the functional and the vertical lines of knowledge. You will be taught management principles and practices. You will be taught the subject mode, where 60% will be theory and about 20 will be practical and application. The minute you go into the second semester, your practical and application goes up and your theory gets into 40%. That doesn't mean that you have to not to learn theory. You have to learn theory. But then what happens is we get an online, offline blended approach. You go through the internet, you go through the concept. Classroom teaching is basically clearing your concept. That is what, how we teach the second semester of MBA. When you come to the third semester, it is very, very important in MBA to do the diametric analysis, role plays, and simulations. What do you mean by role play? I'll go one by one. Role play basically deals with whatever you are learning, concepts you are learning, you will be given a role. And maybe one of your fellow student friend will be given a next role. One person can behave as a VP, a boss, other person can behave as a subordinate. And you learn the concept based on that in the form of a role. The next is simulation. Simulation is nothing but you bring the outside world into the classroom. Now, if you bring this outside world into the classroom, you will understand the outside dynamics better. That how exactly the companies are working, what exactly are the challenges in the field, what exactly is the challenge in the plant operation, what exactly is the challenges in finance, what exactly is the challenge in HR, which is the 4 prime functional areas of management. Yes. Hello. Hello, Vikram. Anything? Hello.
So please continue, sir.
Hello.
I have cleared that person.
Okay. So students, there are the 5 areas in which the management has been segregated, and these 5 areas will be played in the form of a simulation where we play a company's role and the student gets to understand how these 5 areas are being used into the world. Next most important thing is a diametric analysis. Now, diametric analysis is an analysis which we do for the companies as well as an individual. So these two have to be hand in hand. Please understand one thing, student. These has to be hand in hand. You should talk the language of the corporates. You should not talk a theoretical language. Because I'll tell you why. When these people come for an interview, one thing you have to understand, they are senior people and they may have done their MBA about 10-15 years back. Most of the theory they have forgotten, but every day in their life, they are using this on a day-to-day affair. So they will ask you question on practical and application. So whichever college is giving you this sort of a teaching process of an MBA, choose that college. The next most important thing which students you have to understand is that how the whole concept is being put out in the field in the form of internships. There are 2 types of internships in MBA. What we do in the Center of Excellence. The first internship, which is at the end of the second semester, where you are supposed to go to a company and you will be basically understanding what working is all about, how these people work, and what are the functional areas, what are the expertise required, and you will be doing a lot of secondary based research. You will not be involved into primary research. When I say primary research means they will not give you a job, but they will give you a lot of reading materials in the end of the second semester, those companies, and you will be going through those reading materials and making a project. That is the first internship which you will be doing. The second internship is a project. Now, when I say a second internship, it is a full-blown project wherein you physically go and work shoulder to shoulder with these company officials and learn what working is all about. Now, let me tell you, if you do the second part of your internship well with the companies, most probably the company will offer you a job. Because in the IITs and IIM, it works like this, and in the many of the top premium institutes, it's happened like this only. So they offer you a job straight away. Now, those 3 months, which is the second part of your internships, are very, very important. There you have to put in your, force, and you have to show them that, yes, you are employable to that very company. So you're already getting one job during your next internship, which is your final semester internship. Now it is your choice whether to join that company or you will try for an interview process, which any college's placement division will give you an opportunity. They will give you companies, as I told you, on those 3 areas: consulting company, manufacturing company, and the service industries. It is totally up to you which company you choose. See, you have to understand one thing, student. An MBA doesn't go in search of a job. Companies come to the institute to give jobs to an MBA. That is how MBA is different than a UG. A UG will go in search of a job, whereas an MBA will basically, the companies will come for you. So in this 2 years, you are going to basically be prophesizing into these knowledge deliverables which your college is going to give you. When you're choosing a college, be very careful. See, colleges will talk about 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs package. But always ask this question, how? How you are going to get this package? When I say 20 lakhs package, I'm definitely talking about your annual package. And if you're very good, if you're amazing, you have done some 50 to 60 role plays during your journey in MBA, you have done simulations 20, 30, you have done diametric analysis about 10 to 12, definitely you can look at about 30 to 40 lakhs rupees annual package. And a global placement also. Because globally, they want students to be more into this skill set rather than a theoretical skill set. You have to understand this very carefully. When I say global placement, they would like to, understand that how well you are able to solve problems, and you have solved those problems into a case study method and developed your own case study. You have to develop your own case study, and those case studies are not the live case studies which is already there in the library. You can go to the library, you can see those case studies, but you have to develop your own case studies. When I say developing your own case studies, the case studies will be developed from whatever learnings that you are taking in your MBA process. What are the learnings you are taking in your MBA process? Please understand that very carefully. For example, there is a subject called SWOT, there is a subject called PESTEL, there is a subject called Porter's 5 Forces model, which you'll be learning. Now, this is the theory which you will write in your script, that these are the messages, these are the prophecies which I'll do. But the company is going to ask you, in my organization, how will Porter's 5 Forces model work? How will SWOT work? How will PESTEL work? So these are the questions which will be put to you on the interview process, which any good MBA college will train you. Your professors are going to train you. When we say HR models, we're talking about directing, staffing, leadership. That is where the diametric analysis will come into functional, where you will critically examine the company and you will place yourself in the lines of the company. So this is what MBA knowledge is going to be. I'm just now covering in the first half an hour how you should do an MBA and how this MBA will make you a 40-50 lakhs worth of a material. That is what I have covered till now. So if you have any question, then I will now go to after MBA. After finishing your MBA, what is your life going to be? The next half an hour, I'm going to dwell on that. So till now, if you have any questions, you can put in the chat box. I'm going to Vikram, or you can send it to Vikram. Vikram can ask me. I can always answer that. If you don't have any questions, I will move forward now. So 1 minute pause I'm giving you. If you have any question, you can put it up to Vikram. Vikram will ask me on your behalf, and I am going to answer those questions for you. So just a 1 minute pause I'm giving you before I move to the next part, which is the topic of the day, which is beyond MBA. How the college is going to prepare you beyond MBA. What is the additions which the top colleges are giving, which basically, puts you up into a top racket of, like JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, maybe Deloitte, maybe companies like Wipro, maybe companies like Infosys. What are the type of skill sets they want, which the placement division, the training division, and the faculties are going to train you in your 2-year period. So your first job is nothing but a 1 lakh plus job. Okay, so that is what I'm going to dwell on in the next 20-25 minutes. But any questions till now?
Sir, there is a question from Mr. Sayyar.
Yeah, tell me.
He is asking, what is MBA scope in future? MBA finance scope in future?
Yes. So first of all, Mr. Sayed, it's a good question. See, don't compartmentalize yourself. This is my piece of advice. And I tell this to my IIT IIM students also. Don't compartmentalize yourself right now. Right now, you have not. Have you joined an MBA? If you have not joined an MBA, come with an open mind. Do all the 5 functional lines properly. That is exactly what you are going to do in the first year. Only in the next 3rd semester, you will design that I will do in finance, I will do in marketing. And let me tell you one thing. What it was in 90s, everything was in a compartmentalized format. But right now in the year 2026, all the 4-5 functionals are merged. See, when you say scope of finance is tremendous. Let me tell you. But you have to also understand that along with finance, we need to have your marketing acumen, we need to have your HR acumen, and we need to have your back office operation acumen. Now, why I'm saying so? I will give you an example. A bank manager. Have you seen a bank manager sitting in his cabin 24/7? No. Most of the time you see he's going out in the field with a relationship manager. Selling what? Selling his financial products. But the explanation of this financial product is the finance knowledge. The explanation. So if you are doing an MBA with this sort of an approach, then definitely finance is something amazing. For example, an investment banker, if you join JP Morgan Chase or if you join a Morgan Stanley, if you are having a composition of marketing and finance, it's a killer combination. Because marketing and finance means you will be dealing into the portfolios of the people and you will help the people to earn 3-4 times what they are investing. That is exactly what an investment banker's job is. So finance as a combination along with marketing, because these days we have dual specialization. We don't give you single specialization. Colleges, those who are really very good, they will give you a dual specialization. Now, if you are onto a dual specialization, you're a killer combination. Nobody can stop you from not giving you money. You have the fixed salary and you have a variable component. And variable component in finance is huge. Now, that is something which I would like to tell the students. Don't compartmentalize yourself that I will take marketing, I will take finance, I will take supply chain, I will take production, I will take... No, don't do that. Give your mind an open space. Study all the subject. By the time you are in the 3rd semester, you will automatically get an internal feeling that you have been made for finance. Like I'll tell you an example. In IIMs, 95% of the students are engineers, those who join. But the 2-year process of finance is such a great process that after completing the 2 years, they join as a general manager of finance in any top companies or in any banking services, becoming a vice president in 7 years, because the whole teaching process has been done in such a way that a guy who's an engineer becomes an absolute perfect person for finance. And he can really give a run for the money for the CA and the ICWA. That is the beauty of an MBA. So the scope of an MBA is that not only finance, you will be learning all sorts of, facets of management, which will put you on a higher pedestal than a CA on an ICWA. Have I answered your question? Or there is anything else, Vikram?
So there are 2 more questions. I
Tell
think
me.
they're correlating with the earlier question itself. One question is,
Okay.
According to you, sir, which specialization in MBA is most beneficial and has scope in future? And another question is engineering student suitable to do MBA? Is syllabus taught to understand? Like, I think what
See,
he's trying to
I will
explain
take
is...
this question one by one, Vikram. First
sir.
question, I think I have already answered.
Yes,
These
sir.
days, we have a dual specialization. So single specialization will not work. You will choose. And you will have a knowledge of all the 4 specializations in an MBA. Whichever college, which is the topmost college, will give you all the 4 ideas, including the supply chains and the technology infusions. So you are definitely much more, and which is not given to an engineer. An engineer, a BTech computer science, or you say a BTech instrumental science, or a civil engineer will not be able to apply the management facets. He knows nothing about the management facets. Most, to some extent, they know the entry level. That's all. But an MBA teaches you how to use that technology into the future management practices. That is why MBA is important. Point number one. Point number two, which is very, very important, is future is only for MBA. You have to understand MBA, MCOM, and MCA. This is the future, because in these 2 years, you will be knowing whatever you have done your UG in, how to take it to the next level so that you can become an employable entity, so that you can really get a employability facility which is of a 5-figure salary. At the UG level, you can expect a 15, 20, 25K per month. But the minute you do your MBA with this sort of a thing, which I have told you, about 4 to 5 functional lines, about an open system, about diametric analysis, role play, simulations, and the project and the internships, when you do all these things, and of course, global immersion. If you go through a college which is giving you a global sort of a feeling, your life is made, man. You don't have to bother anything. Then your 30 years are going to be very, very comfortable, because not only you are seeing the national problems, you're also seeing the global problems. So in 2 years' time, you become a complete entity. And understand, a course doesn't give you importance. A course doesn't make you big. It is you who become big. So you take this 2 years journey with an open mind and do all these things which I have told you right now in a 2-year period. And if you do this, I can guarantee you, you'll become an entity, and you don't have to bother. Your life is going to be very comfortable. But if you don't do your MBA, suppose you have done with your, a UG in finance. I'm not telling you will not get a job, but then you have only an entry level knowledge. I mean, basic tally, you will know how to write an Excel. I mean, how to do toggling and all that, but you really don't know what is an AI component of it. You really don't know what is a blockchain component to it. You really don't know how e-commerce, which is today the most sought after course and the most sought after job. Amazon takes hundreds and hundreds of people at a salary which is unthinkable. Flipkart. So these are the avenues which is going to be opening for you if a college which you have chosen is giving you all these expertise. Vikram, have I answered? Any other question?
Sir, there is one more question. What is the difference between regular MBA and external MBA? This question is asked by Mr. Mohammed Gadwale.
What is the difference between a regular MBA and what MBA?
External MBA, sir.
See, external MBA means he's talking about global MBA?
I think he's talking about distance education, sir.
Distance education, okay. See, again, sir, to answer this question, I would say that purely distance education, I will never suggest, because that is purely an online MBA, and an online MBA has its own benefits and it has its own vigor. But I would say you go for a blended MBA. What is a blended MBA is that about 50 to 60% you can do online, but for all these activities which I have told you, for that you come to the campus for a weekend program. You can come on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday program. When the college is doing all these activities, you attend that offline, because online, you cannot do a role play online. You cannot do a simulation online. You cannot do a diametric analysis online. You cannot do all these additional activities online, but you can do your course online. You can study your MBA online. You can study to some extent the practical also online. For application purpose, you have to give that amount of offline time to the college. So I would suggest it can be a blended mode. That is an online and offline put together. Pure online, of course, offline is very good. Let me tell you, offline, you'll be getting a more time. You can have body clock control classes, a lot of things you can do. But online, if you are working in an organization and you still want to do an MBA, I would suggest online you do the study on your own, and about 2 to 3 days as per your comfort level of Saturday, Sunday, if your college is giving you time, and if your if your organization is giving you time, please come and attend the class to know the ecosystem of the institute. That is also required, to know the ecosystem, that what exactly is a learning ecosystem. We have systems. We have some of the IMs who have already started an online approach, but they also call all the working executives who are doing an executive MBA at least once in 15 days to the campus, and they study in the campus and then again go to their work areas and they use whatever they study in their work areas, workstation, because they are already knowledgeable in their workstations. They know what working is all about, but the knowledge parameters and how to use the knowledge is very important. For that, you do a blended course, which is online and offline, both put together. Any other question, Vikram, before I move forward?
So there are two more questions. So
Okay.
can we take up these questions now, or we can take it later part of this one?
Okay, I will finish off, Vikram, another 10 minutes
Huh.
beyond MBA, and then I will take up all the questions once, all at a time, if the students are okay with it.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Okay, they are okay with it?
Yes,
They
sir.
are
I
okay,
think we
Vikram?
can. Yes, yes. I think yes, sir. They are okay,
Okay.
sir.
So now I will cover a topic which is what exactly is expected beyond an MBA, and which is the force of your topic today. Beyond MBA means one thing very clear, as I said, how are you blending your technologies? Because today is a technology era. Today we are talking about fintech. Today we are talking about AI. Today we are talking about blockchain. Today we are talking about AWS cloud. Today we are talking about SAP. So these are the new blend courses, which is a requirement in an MBA and or after an MBA, beyond MBA. So those students who have already got these 10 to 15 techno fusion courses during the 2-year period, definitely they will be having an edge after completion of their MBA, because the organizations which you'll be joining, they are very heavily loaded on AI. They are heavily loaded on AWS. They are heavily loaded on, let's take, and of course, the cybersecurity part of it. So you should know all these subjects also, apart from your MBA curriculum, because this is going to catapult you to a higher level. They will catapult you to a higher level. That means if a fellow friend of yours who has become a branch manager in about 10 years, you can become a branch manager in about 4 years. You will, be on a faster growth, because you know how to work with technologies, you know how to really study Excel sheets, you know how to study the data science, you very well know how to make a decision on the data matrices. So all these things are a requirement of the day, and with this data you can form opinions, you can form decisions, you can do forecasting. Most of the organizations which you are joining, they would like to know what is your forecasting attributes. How can you forecast a market better? How can you say that this market, if you invest so much, it is going to give you 5 times returns? These are all the data points which is going to help you. So these are the 7-8 knowledges which you have to gain. Now, if you have already done your MBA on the base level and you still want to, grow in the organization, get yourself enrolled into these courses, get those certification. It is definitely catapult you up in your life, and you will go on a fast track. If you want to really grow, you need these courses under your belt. If you don't, if your plain MBA will not give you a growth process, because as you rightly, one person had asked me, the environment is changing. The whole ecosystem of management is changing. It is not the same as it was in the 90s and to some extent by 2000 or 2010. Post Corona, that is in the last 8 years, things have changed a lot. The expectation of the management is very clear. That is, a person should be able to do 2-3 persons job. That is why they allow you a remote location work also. They don't want you to come daily to the organization. They want that, okay, fine, you can work from home, but give me value addition. The minute you're working from home, the organization is very clear that I can make you work for about 16 to 18 hours. And in an organization, you will be working about 8 hours. So maybe they say, you come 3 days a week. You come 2 days a week. Now, this sort of working processes have started outside. Now, you as an MBA should be used to it. You should not be into that typical classroom learning fashion where in morning 9 o'clock you enter into your institute and 5 o'clock you are out. Learning is 24/7 now. And that is how the corporates expect you to work. That is why you are getting a salary which is 2 to 3 lakh rupees a month. You have to understand that. Students have to understand one thing very clearly. If your expectation is 2 lakh, that means you have to give a deliverable to the organization worth 2 crores. Higher the salary, higher the expectation. Lower the salary, lower the expectation. It's as simple as that. So understand that salary cap is directly determined on what is your, deliverables which you are giving to the corporates and you are giving to the company at large. Now, globally, there are some of my students in IIM, they go for global, growth and global joining. Now they get a salary worth 7 to 8 crore rupees a month. When we say 7 to 8 crore, you have to convert it into dollars. Okay, that much dollars they draw. Don't convert into Indian rupees. Because if you're working in Australia, you're getting Australian dollars. If you're working in America, you're getting American dollars. If you're working in the European nation, you're getting, the dollar, or to some extent rubles, or to some extent, European Union currencies. So that sort of a transformation will only happen. Let me make it very, very clear. If you're working in 360 degree. So global placements will only take place, which some of the colleges give, in a huge number of growth process which happens, and that is what we're talking about beyond MBA. That is, the whole world will look up to you. Today we do body clock control classes just to train you on different time zones. During an institute, the classes will start at maybe 10 o'clock and go up to 5 o'clock in the morning. And then you will have a presentation around 9 to 10 so that your body gets equipped to a global transformation process and a body clock. So you can work along with you. The professors will also work with you. So these are some of the teaching processes which goes beyond MBA, which goes into a certification course. If not used in a 2-year MBA, we can have a certification course where we train you on AI, on e-commerce, on, global chain, blockchain technologies, on a body clock control classes. And you give those presentations. And when you are giving the presentation, you have to also give a presentation in the form that how it works in a supply chain industry, how it works in manufacturing, how it works in consulting. So this is the way you get learned. So MBA today, beyond MBA, is big things to ask for. And it doesn't mean that 2 years you have done your MBA, so your job is over. You don't have to learn. You can have multiple certifications. As the market is changing, as the demands are changing, as your corporate leaders are asking for more, get yourself equipped. As they say, learning is never complete. It goes on and on. And as it goes on and on, you are in line, in sync with what is the market requirement. And you get that expertise. I mean, if you have not done your SAP, do your SAP after your course is over while you are working. If you have not done AI, do your AI courses. If you have not done, let's take BOCA. BOCA is nothing but business-oriented computer applications. Do that. So these are the courses which is more in demand on a certification, which will give you a very, very high growth process. And today is an era of a fixed emolument and an emolument which is variable. Your variable emolument will be so high that you will not even touch your fixed emoluments. So this is how the outer market is changing, and this is how we want the student to see that what exactly they're looking at MBA beyond. It doesn't get over in 2 years. It goes on for the first 3 to 4 years of your work processes. With that, as far as my session for the day is concerned, it is completed. Now I will take questions for the next 5 minutes. Yes, Vikram, the floor is open now.
So thank you so much, sir. So there is one question. What is the right age to do MBA? Is age factor does age factor affect?
No, not at all. See, it is ideal that you do your MBA immediately after your UG. The reason being that you are fresh on the knowledge parameters. For example, if you have done your BBA, okay, if you have done a BBA from a big good college, you are more or less 80% MBA. Then you join an MBA only for, as I told you, diametric, role play, all these extra, things which you want, you finish your MBA. And if you get a gap, you gap from UG, again, you have to start from the beginning, because you have to understand one thing. Knowledge is always something which is, which you get dissected and which goes off very fast. But if you are not in line with the knowledge, then that gap is going to, again, you have to rework at the age of 30, at the age of 40. and to do working at that point of time is really something which is not expected or not channelized also properly. So I think students, what you have to do is you have to look into these aspects, and if there are any directors or other placement people into this group, I would suggest plan your curriculum in such a way that if anybody is joining you after some period, there is something called as a bridge course. You do a bridge course, bring him into the knowledge paraphernalia, and then start your MBA.
Sir, the next question is, what about MBA in business analyst specialization?
Oh, wonderful. Anything I tell you, if you have a business analytics added, if you have an AI added, if you have a blockchain added, if you have any of these 20, 30 technological infusion courses added, it's a killer combination. Like I told you, like finance and marketing, this becomes another killer combination. Any of the functional MBA with technology. If this is what you have done, you are definitely going to get a salary which is a much, much bigger salary than what the normal MBAs get.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is another question. Sir, to start a business, is that compulsory to do MBA, or we can start business by completing our BBA?
See, there is a bit of a different thinking process on this. If you come from a business family, you have that business DNA flowing in your body, so you can still do a basic MBA, apply that into your business, and you can grow up. For them, okay, they can do a certification course, they can do a family run business course, which is about a 50-60 hours course, because they are already into business. And there are some colleges which is doing family run businesses also. So we will teach you exactly how you're going to use it in the family run. But if you are absolutely a new person, who wants to start from an ideation stage, I think MBA will do very good with an entrepreneurship learning process cell in the organization of an institute. So if you have an EDP cell, you join the EDP cell on the day one when you start doing your MBA. There are some colleges which is doing a lot of center of excellence activities like EDP, AI, they have all these cells working, then under the placement and training. And you have a lot of SDG. They teach you a lot of life science along with MBA. Join that college, which has all this facility. And then you will, at the 2-year time, you will really be, by the time you're in the second year, you will get that confidence that, yes, you can do business. And not only that, join a college which has an incubation center. So when they give you an incubation feeling to your work process, then really it is good to do a business, because first two businesses, you have to understand one thing. When you do business, don't get upset if it fails. Couple of business will fail, but in the long run, that failure is going to teach you. I'll tell you, in Israel, of course, now we cannot go because there's a war going on, but I used to consult Haas Business School in Israel. That was about 8 to 10 years back. And Israel, there is a very clear system. Your portfolio, you have to write how many failures you have done, you have gone through. Then only they will be considering you for funding. So, these are some of the things which is for my input to all the students who are listening to me, that if you want to do business, finish off your MBA, get these instincts in, go into an incubation center, get into a process of a college which helps you in getting investments, and then, you can do business better. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is one more question from Mr. Sahil Bagalkot. I'll read it out. Sir, everyone talks about getting into top MBA colleges, but not every student gets a top college. If someone joins an average or low tier college with weak placement support, what advice would you give them? What challenges should they expect, and how can they overcome them to build a successful career? Assume student has completed their MBA in average or low tier city college. Give them solution for them. Question by Sahil Bagalkot.
See, very clear. There is nothing called a low down MBA college, and there is nothing called a top college. It's the process which they follow. Some of the MBA college, they are just giving a degree for the sake of giving a degree. And what I have told you in the last 1 hour is, these are the MBA colleges which are following processes. And if any college which follow processes of this nature, and it is durable, also do an MBA from there. That is one. Top colleges, yes, there is a cutoff. It is difficult to get in. But if any college is adapting to the top colleges and giving you a teaching process based on that, why don't you join that college? And those who have already done an MBA with some of the colleges, go for certification courses with these top colleges. These top colleges certification courses are not costly. So if you have a certain skill set which you have not got in your MBA college, join these colleges as a CDP program of an MTP program, which is roughly about a 1 month period or in a weekend course. Yes, it will be costing you money, but then it will upgrade you with whatever you did not get in your MBA college when you did your MBA. But now you can get it. No, but you can join these colleges and go through these courses and upgrade yourself with whatever skill set. Because the top colleges, what we see is first 2 days, we are going to orient you. In the orientation, we will try to find out what exactly are your skill gaps. Once we know your skill gap, there is a course designed for you. So that course will be given to you to fulfill that skill gap. So once your skill gap is fulfilled, you can again go back to the corporate and upgrade yourself. What is the problem? See, life is not over whether you've joined you've done your MBA with a small term college or a 2-tier, 3-tier college. It is a process which is very important. My problem is when these 2-tier, 3-tier cities, MBAs, they don't teach. They just give them some food. There are some colleges which is writing in their brochure that we provide food. Is it worth providing? It has nothing to do with your MBA. The college which provides you, what are the skill sets they are giving you? What is the process they are following in their brochure? What are the teaching parapherias they are giving you? That is the college which is good. It can be a 2-tier, 3-tier town also. No problem. I mean, if they are doing at least 60 to 70% of what the IIMs and IITs are doing, and some colleges are doing equivalent to what IIM and IITs are doing, fair enough. That is good. But don't join a college which is just following a university syllabus, giving you food, giving you a comfortable hostel, and not giving you any of the deliverables which is required in the industry today. That college can be disastrous, I can say. And see, anyway, you will be paying money. No college will give you free MBA. So you are paying a money somewhere which is, wasteful. They are cheap and they're not teaching you anything. So they make money. But what is the skill set that you have drawn? So when you're choosing a college, choose in 2 ways. One is the college is giving you a deliverable which is of some use that you can really make up your life. And second most important thing is that when you are giving money, how much returns you are expecting, an ROI from an MBA college. If you are, giving a certain money and that much ROI also they are not giving you, return on investment, why join that college? That is another 2 years you're wasting. Don't do that. And this question of yours, class 2, class 3 towns are a misnomer. I mean, Harihar is a class 2 towns, class 3 towns, but you have a college which is good. Your Hubli, the college which is getting this master class done, it is good. They are at least looking at it and they are thinking about your career beyond MBA. I am not prophesizing any college, but these are the colleges who are looking at the students that what they should become after 3 to 5 years from now. Now, a college which doesn't do all these things, a college is just teaching you on the university curriculum and just throwing you out with no placement, with nothing, is a very dangerous college to continue your MBA. Then you do your placement on your own. Then for those kids, I would say, please go through a program of 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours to upgrade your skills, which is the requirement of the corporates. Yes, Vikram.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'll read out the next question. Which are the other skills required in the corporate level? This is a question.
See, the most important skills are the technical skills. Most important thing today. It was not that effective about 15 years back, but today it is very much effective. I mean, the skill sets like AI, e-commerce, fintech, as I have already told, cybersecurity, SAP. And let me tell you, when we say SAP, be very careful. There are some colleges who is giving these courses on very substandard syllabus. Don't enroll yourself on those colleges, because SAP is a vast subject. AI is a vast subject. What exactly they are going to teach you in AI? What exactly are the skill sets? Evaluate that and then only join that certification. Don't simply join a college which is using these courses and at the end of the 40-50 hour period, you learn nothing. You have one more certification along with your MBA, but knowledge is not known. And when you suddenly go to the interview, you find out that they are asking you totally different questions on AI, SAP and all, which you have not done or you have not learned in those colleges, which has given you SAP. So be very careful. Go to the syllabus, go to the curriculum. Also ask the, the trainers who are teaching you. Go through their profiles and then finalize the college and then finalize the certifications. Okay. So, and these days, let me tell you, there are sessions on leadership. Please go to the sessions of leadership. Please go to the sessions of diplomacy. Please go to the sessions of, these are the sessions which is required. The basic soft skill is the old era. Now you want advanced soft skills. So which is required. Okay. Yes, Vikram, are we over?
Sir, two more questions are there.
Tell me.
So one question is how to choose sub courses in MBA.
See, that is not your choice. You first, as I told you, first semester, you learn all the subjects. Second semester onward, you yourself will get from your subconscious mind that I think marketing excites me. I think a course of finance really gives me a feeling of authority. I think an HR, if I do a specialization, I mingle with people very fast. I convince people very fast. As a supply chain specialist, I do simulations very comfortably. When these feelings come by the end of the second semester, then only choose the specialization. You choose your specialization from the skill set, not on what we are, the college is offering or what the college is forcing on you. It should be your choice. Yeah, Vikram.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
Dr.
doing
Farid,
MBA in
can I ask you one question?
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
Yes, sir.
Nazim here. Sarji Nazim here.
Nazim, tell me, Nazim. Yes.
Sir, I got 5 of my PUC students added. They just have a question as to, can sir guy give us a small roadmap for the future? They're in PUC
See,
now.
Oh, sure. So, Dr. Nazim, you have to understand one thing. You please put them into a goal playing exercise first. Let them first have a goal. They have done their 12th, right? Now they are planning to do their UG. So let them have a goal planning exercise done first. Once they do their goal planning exercise, they will clearly come to know what subject they have to choose in their UG. See, Nazim, they have to do their UG. That is very important. And UG from a place who gives you during the UG only maybe a technological information. During a UG only they get a skill set of what exactly is e-commerce, what exactly is the market all about. They do this part. So the entry level, the initialization level is very clear along with their goal. If it fits with their goal of growth, they do their MBA or masters, or they can directly go into the job of the UG after completing their UG, and maybe after 3 years of work process, they do an executive MBA as their growth process. Nazim.
Super, sir. Thank you, sir.
MBA which requires 3 years of work experience.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, there is a question. Sir, doing MBA in university is better or university affiliated colleges is better?
No. See, again, they are reading between the lines. Doing MBA from a good college is better. Whether university affiliated, the top colleges, it's all different. Doing MBA in a college which is providing you all these things which I have spoken in the next 1 hour. And whatever I have spoken in the next 1 hour, are you making a note of whatever I've spoken? So whatever I have spoken in the next 1 hour, my research scholar will give you in writing and send it to you, Vikram. You can share with them so that they will exactly know the blotting points, whatever I have spoken, and how they can take it forward in their defining process. I think that is better. Good college, university, non-university, that it's all a talk. Which is a good college which is providing you all these things, join an MBA from there. Okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'll tell you one example. If you come to IIM Bangalore, it is a 400-acre campus. If you go to IIM Nagpur, it is only a 20-acre campus. But both are IIMs. Both are deliverables. If you go to IIM Sambalpur, it is only a 30-acre campus with a great difficulty in getting the resource. But the institute takes a lot of pain to get full resource, and hence students are getting big companies from there also. So it is not where you are studying, it is the ecosystem which the college is providing you of knowledge. Simply infrastructure is not the solution of an MBA. An AC classroom, this. No, what are you learning in those classrooms? What are what are your teachers teaching? How are your teachers equipped to teach you? All that thing is important in a good college. University-based curriculum, non-university-based curriculum, these are all secondary. And I would request, if there is a university official sitting here, that please, sir, give importance to the knowledge derivables and what are they going to learn, and give your accreditation system based on, please put one of the points in your accreditation system. There might be a college which might not have a huge infrastructure, but they have tremendous teaching systems. And the students are coming out with fantastic jobs. I think those colleges are the top colleges under your university. Yes. Anything else, Vikram?
So one question is there. With the rapid rise of AI and changing hiring trends, how should students evaluate the ROI of an MBA beyond just the first placement package?
See, I'll tell you, first placement package is always a placement package. We are going to use this. Any organization is definitely AI driven, and most of the entry level people have been dissected by AI. They are getting it done through an AI. Now, when I was a GM of MRF, I used to get one PA who used to dictate my, all the letters and all. Now it is getting dictated through ChatGPT. Now it is getting dictated through Google AI. So I don't need that person. So all these entry level jobs, yes, AI will do. But all strategic job, taking a decision out of it, is where MBA is required. Plain AI will not do. Now these days we are putting algorithms wherein the AI is doing that. But let me tell you, an MBA with an AI and an MBA with a data science, an MBA with all these certifications is a most sought after MBA today. And it is required. Let me tell you, I will not mince my words by saying you do your plain MBA and your job is done. No, you do your plain MBA, you might get a job, you might not get a job. But if you do an MBA with an AI, e-commerce, and blockchain, cybersecurity, AWS, and all, amazing. Then who can stop you? You will grow. And then grow means after 5 years, you have to again come back to the school and again go advanced AI, again go advanced Excel, again go SAP advanced, maybe HANA. So after maybe a 10, so learning is always there. That is why the corporates, they give you these an ecosystem of a sabbatical these days. They put you into teaching process for about 2 months and again they take you back on a higher salary package. So salary package is determined on how you are leading your life beyond MBA. That's it. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Vikram?
Yes, all the questions are done and
Great.
very insightful answers, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, can we expect some questions or should we wrap up this, sir?
Is it a repetitive question or is it something new? Because some
No, sir.
questions I've already answered.
No, we have
repeating it.
not received any questions, sir. All questions have answered already.
Okay. Great. Then Vikram, it was nice talking to you. Guys, it was really nice. This 1 hour, I think if something will change your mindset, will change your life, I'll be personally be obliged. And, so you can coordinate with Vikram if you want to, get in touch with me at any time. And I will try to give you some insights in the, this of time. If I have time, I will definitely try to, help you out. And if I am able to change your life, I will feel myself very privileged and obliged. Thank you very much, all of you. So I'm logging out now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sarit, sir. It was a wonderful session. And I hope all the expectations of our participants have been met. And I would like to tell you, sir, we had participants across India from Andhra, from West Bengal, and most of them obviously from Karnataka. And I'm very much happy and thankful that on the Sunday, the participants have spent 1 hour to change their lives, and also thankful to Dr. Sarit, sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you have come here and enlightened all the participants on behalf of IBMR. Thank you so much, sir, once again. And dear participants, all of you are in the WhatsApp group. You can communicate over there. Any issues related to choosing the MBA college, anything you can directly put in the WhatsApp group, or I am available in the WhatsApp group. You can personally message me also anytime. I will be available. So thank you once again, sir. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, participants. Thank you.
ये देखो मैंने पूरा इतना बना दिया। मुझे मैं आपको वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट